Here is lesson 10.5 for all instruments. We're going to talk about how to mark your music so that you can better be prepared to play it. We just finished working on number 26, Go to King Wenceslas, so we're going to talk about what marks we can make to make this song better. Okay? What I have written up is the first four measures of the clarinet trumpet part. Okay? We all have the same rhythm, but different notes. So this works for us either way. Let's say, for instance, well, first of all, let me go over a couple things. One, we have our C. That stands for common time. Same thing as 4/4. We have no key signatures, so clarinets and trumpets are in the key of C, concert B flat, so there's no flats, no sharps. Let's say, for instance, there was a flat. Let's say, just to go for it, we have F flat, okay? Because every instrument knows what that F is. Okay, so let's say, cool, there's an F flat in the key signature. All right, I got it. I got those F flats. I got those. Great. Oh, but what happens if I keep missing those? What can you do to make yourself not miss them? You can do what I do on my music. I'll write just underneath, or maybe just on top, I'll write a flat. That will remind me when I'm playing that I have to play it as flat. Same thing with a sharp. Say it's supposed to be F sharp. So I'll write a sharp so I don't forget. Okay? How about I keep missing counts? I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Did you hear that? I missed the 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So let's say I keep playing that half note as a quarter note. Okay? I would do this. I would write in the counts, and then right here, I'd make sure that I write 3 through 4, so I know it's 2 full beats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Alright? That's something you can do. Alright, now, let's say, for instance, let's say we had a D flat. None of you know a D flat yet, so that's okay. And this is a D flat as well. But let's say I'm confused about that one. Okay, maybe for me, I understand it better if I need to change the name of it to a C sharp. Because we'll talk about enharmonics later. But a D flat and C sharp are the same thing. Let's just say, for instance, that I keep missing that note. Even though that flat is written in. Maybe I want to do something like this. Circle it, because that way when I'm looking right here, I can already see this color. So it's coming up, so I know to not miss that note. Alright, now let me ask you, how about this? We're going to take just a simple F. Okay? For clarinet, for instance, if I don't remember that fingering, I'm going to look it up in my fingering chart, and then I'm just going to make a note to myself to show that the thumb, the hole on the back side, is covered. How about for trumpet? I might put a 1, because I know it's first valve. What if I did this? Look at that, I just drew my valves, so I know that first valve is down. Okay, same thing for trombone. F is our first position. What if it was third position? I would write third. Okay, flutes. Saxophones and clarinets finger the same way, so that works. Fingering chart looks the same, so that works. Let's say for flute. we have to play that F. And I wasn't sure of that fingering. Pretend this looks like the back. I'm not really good at drawing that. I'll color all that in so I know that's what I have to play. Then also, I would also draw that little pinky key. You can tell I'm an amazing artist. Okay, so I would write in that fingering so I knew it. So we've gone over marking accidentals or circling a note so you don't miss it. If there's an accidental written in the key signature, I'm going to write it here so I don't forget it. We've talked about how to count, how to write in countings for measures that you have trouble with. We've talked about how to write in fingerings. Now, let's say, for instance, since I'm only on lesson 10, I don't know my notes yet. So I might do this. I want to tell you, that's okay, so you can learn your notes. However, I want you to be able to read music without having to write in those notes. So for instance, if you can just do this instead, just that F. Because you know the next two are Fs, you don't have to write it. One note up, you already know that from our note reading lesson, that you just have to go up to the next letter, which is G. And then I know those are Fs again, because that looks like those three. And then I just have to count down. We have F, E, D, C. So I know that's a C. Okay? One thing I do not want you to do is write in letters on everything. I've had many do that. And I will actually show you. I've had many do that. Here's the thing. They can play those songs pretty decently. But when I put a new piece of music in front of them, it takes them weeks to learn an 8-measure piece of music. But if you don't write in your notes and you learn them, you memorize them, you know where they are and what they look like, there you go. That's it. You have those notes. Okay? So here are some good tips for marking your music. Before I forget, our code phrase is be prepared. When you know we're going to play a new piece of music in class, be prepared. Mark the notes that you might miss. Mark some counting you might miss. Maybe write in one letter for a note that you just keep missing when you practice it. So that way you will be prepared for class. That was lesson 10.5. Thanks for joining me.